This is Brandy, the stray staffy who was brought in by a dog warden. His first check is with the vet.
How old do you think he is?
Looking at his teeth, maybe 3 to 5. Something like that. He's just as a young adult. He's fine.
Cool. We'll pop him back.
After being given the all clear on the physical side, the dog's temperament must be assessed. How do they react to both humans and other animals? Here's Scar.
He's calming down a little while he's being stroked gently. And he allowed to be handled all over, which is a good sign.
It'll be a week before Battersea decides what will happen to the two staffies, Scar and Brandy. Battersea takes strays from 31 different London boroughs, but that's only the capital. What about the rest of the country? How widespread is the problem? To find out, Panorama sent freedom of information requests to all 445 local authorities in the UK which deal with stray dogs. It's the law to keep the figures and respond promptly, but barely over half the councils answered all our questions. 82 didn't reply at all. Just using figures from the full responses, there were over 69,000 stray dogs last year. Just over 6,000 were destroyed. So the complete picture will be much worse. The charity Dogs Trust says the number of strays has risen by more than 10% over the last 3 years to nearly 110,000, with one being put down every hour.
70% of what we take here is stray. People are abandoning those dogs when they're fed up with them. There are some people that think they can make a fast buck out of breeding a dog. You only have to look on the internet, for example. You can type in Staffy or whatever, and up comes a whole list of free ads for people selling litters of puppies.
Looking online, I can see what he means. There are many thousands of dogs for sale, and by far the most popular breed is the Staffy. 6 puppies in this one litter are £950 each. Some money being made there. This one says Staffy for sale, £80, will deliver tonight. I suggest she's pretty keen to get rid of it. Yet another 6 Staffies on this page as well. It is amazing the number of puppies available just at the click of a mouse that you could take home. And yet the kennels are stuffed with unwanted dogs crying out to be taken home. We contacted lots of breeders. No one wanted to talk to us on camera. But dog warden Sharon Thompson introduces me to someone whose Staffy has just given birth.
Hello, all right. Brilliant.
Hi, my name's Tom. What's your name, sir?
Stephen.
So what age?
This is 3 weeks, actually.
3 weeks. So how many altogether have we got
She
there?
had 6.
Right.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I've had her now coming up over about a year. It was a rescue. She was a rescue dog.
Was she?
One of my friends.
Good girl, yeah.
She's good. I love her.
So why did you decide to have a litter of puppies?
To be honest, I didn't.
Oh, right.
It wasn't meant to. It was meant to happen, but it wasn't meant to happen. If you understand what I mean. It was just we brought a dog round, my mate's dog, and.
So your mate's dog came round and
yeah,
they got it on,
come round and we got it on, and here we go.
Yeah. And what do you hope to do with them?
I'm just going to get rid of them all. Try and. Well, I've got a couple of buyers. This one's sold. One of the girls is sold.
I mean, do you mind my asking how much roughly you'll be able to sell them for, roughly?
I'll get £250 for the boys and I'll get £3 for the girls.
When people come to buy a puppy off you, do you try and find out a little bit about their life, whether they'll be good owners?
To be honest, I look at it in the fact that if somebody's prepared to pay £250 or £300 for a dog, well, you think it's going to a nice home. So no, I don't. Maybe I should do, but no, I don't.
Do you suspect scenes like that are being played out in kitchens and living rooms across the country?
Yeah, nationwide. It is a problem.
Stephen cares for his dogs, but many animal welfare charities would prefer to see greater scrutiny of his customers. Having enough money to buy a dog doesn't prove you'll look after it properly. It's a week since Staffies, Brandy and Scar arrived at Battersea. They're about to face the final test to see if they're suitable for being rehomed.
Good boy.
They're meeting other dogs. Scar is first.
Well, what's nice to see is that he's happy to stay here with the people. He's not interested in going forward to him. He's just kind of going, well, I'm happy to stay here and do my own thing. Come on.
And when they are introduced, a polite sniff and a wagging tail signal an immediate pass.
Go on. Good lad. Good boy.
But Brandy has been raising concerns all week about his aggression, and even waiting for the test, he strains to get at a passing dog.
Come on, boy. Come on, Brandy. Good lad. This way. Good lad. So he's got some focus on the other dog, but it's not... So that's good. Again, his behaviour is very stiff. He's very... I can feel the growling through the lead. At that point now, I can really feel the growling, and he'll bite him if he has the opportunity.
So what's the result of the test for Brandy?
The result of the test for Brandy is, unfortunately, we will have to put him to sleep, because I would deem him as being a dangerous dog around other dogs.
So you think there's a good chance that if you gave him a new home, Brandy might attack another dog?
Very good chance, yeah.
And I guess that's not fair on another dog, it's not fair on Brandy or the new owner.
No, it's not. All around, it's not a responsible thing to do.
So Brandy will be put down. But how many share his fate? The situation is now so bad that Battersea is revealing to Panorama the number of dogs it's putting to sleep.
Last year we reunited over 2,000 dogs to members of their public, those dogs that came in as strays. We rehomed 3,000 dogs, just over, but sadly 2,800 dogs were actually put to sleep.
That's a third of the 7,866 dogs Battersea took in last year. Of the 2,815 that were put down, 1,931 of them were healthy, but were judged by Battersea to be too much of a risk to be offered to the public for rehoming.
We've been here for 150 years. The home was set up at a time when strays were roaming the streets of London and causing big problems. 150 years later, we're still having to deal with the after effects of irresponsible dog ownership. And to such an extent that we feel it's time really to say enough is enough.
For Brandy, this really is death row. And this is as far as Battersea will allow us to film. Battersea may be the biggest rescue centre, but its struggle to cope with stray dogs is echoed in pounds and kennels across the country. The Forest Lodge kennels take in over 1,500 stray dogs a year from councils around Northamptonshire, Milton Keynes and Rugby. Barbara Austin's been running them for 30 years.
Myself and other rescues are full up basically with dogs like this, but you've still got breeders still breeding dogs, and so they're still going out into the public, people are still going out and buying puppies, but at the end of the day those puppies could wind up in here. You get the people who care and the people that don't care.
She finds homes for as many dogs as possible, but some don't make it. On average, 1/3 of the dogs in here will be put down. Local authorities only have to pay for strays to be housed here for 7 days. Though Barbara often keeps them longer, more dogs are coming in all the time and there's not enough room for all of them. These animals, which are the least likely to be rehomed, have run out of time. Again, they're all types of staffy.
4 dogs going on their final journey. There would be more, but they've run out of room in the van.
They're being taken to a local vet to be destroyed. Paul Manning has been running this practice for 30 years.
I've been here before. Hello, Gretel. So, how are you then? Oh, I see, yeah. Looks most likely a benign growth. I think I would recommend that we remove it though.
Okay.
Yeah. Bye-bye then.
But the dark side of his job makes him increasingly angry. He puts down unwanted dogs out the back in a garage, away from staff and customers.
There are an awful lot of good, caring, responsible dog owners who really would rather this did not happen. There are some that just don't care. I find it very difficult to understand how they can throw a dog out, but clearly they do. And that affects the people that are having to euthanize those dogs deeply. We have to do this job as to the best of our professional ability for the sake of those dogs.